Good afternoon, boys and girls, children of all ages, and welcome to Certa Pro Painters presents Montez at Midday. That's Certa Pro Painters out of Oklahoma City. What up, good folk? And it's your boy, host of Montez at Midday, here on this Turn Up Tuesday edition of the show. How we doing, good folk? Raising that roof a little bit up here, raising that roof right here. If you have not done your morning routine yet, as in your walk, your breakfast, your cup of coffee, sitting outside gossiping. I'm telling you, this weather right here, this is therapeutic. Get that walk in. Get that walk in for sure. All right, we got high fives in the building. Chest bump. Let's have this thing out. It's October 1st, kids. October 1st. Hard to believe. 3 weeks from today is tip-off of the NBA season. 3 weeks from today is also my 54th birthday. Wow. It's moving fast, kids. Moving fast. Speaking of that, if today is your birthday, happy birthday to you. You deserve it. If you're going to the horse track for your birthday, go win that money. If you are celebrating an anniversary, happy anniversary to you. If you have a milestone that you're celebrating, I see a lot of people have been posting that they've been celebrating sobriety 6 months and beyond. Hey, keep up the great work. You got it. I don't know, people, it's that weird time of year, these next 3 months, you're going to hear all these people doing this no shave type club and shit. They not shaving their beard, they back hair. They're not cutting their toenails. They're not cutting their pubic hair. Hey, warn people. If you're not shaving, you know, this is the giving season. You know, Halloween is this month. You know, that's like slut month. Then you got Thanksgiving. You got to put out for the holiday season. You got to get Christmas. You got to put out again. So be careful with that you not shaving type crap going on. But how you folks doing today? I'm going to keep preaching this to somebody catch on. Everything can have purpose if you allow it. I'm going to keep pushing that. I'm going to keep pushing that right there. If you're on Facebook watching, hello, how we doing, Facebook? If you're on YouTube watching, hey, YouTube. And if you're on X, what up? Spend a shout out to TikTok. What up, TikTok? We did a live show this morning, letting everybody to come on over and tune on into today's show. Tune on into today's show. As I've talked to many people that do this, that podcast, live stream, the writing that you do for your show. You may have a show written before you hit live or record. You may have a show written, but something happens and you have to change everything. You have to change it up a little bit. And some, it doesn't happen a lot, but I'm prepared for it. I know how I do what I do and the way I watch television and hear things and want to bring things out to the people, by the people, but for you. And yesterday was just an unusual day for all the things that transpired the way that they did yesterday. Not anything bad on this side of the hemisphere, but just overall, just thinking about how the day transpired. It makes you have that, that pause moment. I don't want to stop. I don't want to rewind. I don't want to fast forward. You just hit the pause button for a second. You just sit back and look around. Breathe it in, breathe it out. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Open your eyes. Look around real slow. Now take it in. That's that pause moment. You're not getting mad. You're not getting upset. You're not letting anything boil up. You're just reflecting on a particular moment. Just having that pause moment. I think that's better than having a walk, yoga, quiet sex. It's just sitting there, just taking in the moment. It is, you know how they tried to push corporate America a few decades ago about giving employees that time, not just a smoke break, but a time for themselves. So they brought in these yoga classes. They brought in spin class. They brought in things to take your mind off work, but still keep the energy level at a high. And I think now everybody's just trying to level out the playing field a little bit to understand everything that's going on. But how we doing today, good folk, good people? If it's your first time tuning in, thank you so much. It does not go unnoticed at all. As we mentioned to you yesterday and last week, we're losing another great staple here in St. Louis in the downtown community. Great friend of the show and a sponsor of the show as well. The Angry Beaver in downtown St. Louis is closing up the doors on October 4th. If you have never been down there, get on down there and say hello, because nobody makes a beaver angry. If you don't know where it's at, it's next door to Broadway Oyster Bar. Get on down there and say hello to Ben and the crew. Good folk, good people. But here we are, and yesterday, period, was one of the wildest emotional roller coaster rides in the world of sports. But first, we're going to start out with Monday Night Football doubleheader. Oh, my goodness. You know, people they complain, we don't need 2 games on the Monday night. These teams ain't worth a damn, ain't worth a buck. See, we're just 4 weeks into the season. You have people talking this way. What we talk about on the podcast last week, the state of panic. The state of, you want to hit the button already. Too soon. Too soon. Let's figure it on out a little bit for sure. But here's something I want to talk about. Miami and Tennessee. Miami and Tennessee. Injuries are part of the game. They are part of the game. But as the athletes have gotten stronger and faster, the game has gotten faster. They've altered the rules a little bit to help and adjust certain position players, i.e. the quarterback. But Miami, knowing what happened at their quarterback position. So Tua goes down. They put his backup in. Look like, I don't know what they do in camp, the early workouts, when camp opens, then preseason starts. We see in Hard Knocks what they show us, what the backup is doing. He's usually right next to the guy running the same plays, just on the opposite side of the field. That's what they show us. There's no way the backup quarterback for Tua was getting any first-team reps in practice. There's no way. There's no way possible. In that game he played against Seattle, it let a smart human being at home know that boy was not practicing with that team. Something was off. So what do the Dolphins do? They hit the button. They go out and sign a quarterback from the practice squad of the Baltimore Ravens, Mr. Huntley. This is the same guy who snuck a woman into practice during COVID. All that talent on that team, and he's about to fuck this up for mine. $60 million to pay your receiver, and you can't get a quarterback to get him the ball. I'm not about players showing up each other on the sideline. Do that in the locker room. Don't undress them in front of everybody. But when you're frustrated like that, Tyreek Hill and Waddle, both by their body actions, by lip reading, they want up out of there. They want up out of there. How can you have all that talent? See, that's the problem. Mike McDaniels has the same problem that Clint Kingsbury had. Think he's smarter than everybody. Think you know more about football than all these old dudes around you. You think you're going to reinvent how to throw the football, how to get down the field. You think you're going to do something that nobody has ever done before. What's the word of the day? Ego. You have some coaches out here that think they are smarter than anybody in football. I'm going to draw up a play nobody's ever seen before. Ego. That change hairstyle, your weird background, how you in love with football, but you can't figure out how to drop a package play to get your top players, your speedsters, the ball. That is unacceptable to me. Tennessee Titans. We knew the Tennessee Titans had problems, 4 years ago? Something happened in that front office. Something happened. Somebody picked somebody that somebody didn't like, and it was a nightmare. The way A.J. Brown exited stage left from Tennessee, the way the whole quarterbacking situation happened, the way Derrick Henry, business decision running back got up out of there. When teams fall apart on the field, that's a different thing. And the coaches, that's a different thing. But when the front office is the mastermind behind something, why doesn't the NFL step in then? That should be a grievance charge filed against the Tennessee Titans front office. Their quarterback, Will, that went down last night, and they put in Mason Rudolph. Yeah, Pittsburgh, that Mason Rudolph. They put him in the game last night. Now, I don't know what's going on with old Mr. Will. They say he hurt, but his antics last night on the sideline, I think there's a more interesting question on what's going on with him, little homie. I think Miami and Tennessee has some things to talk about, not just what happened on the field last night, but moving forward. They got to talk about some things. They really do got to talk about some things. And then the second game, you had Detroit in Seattle. Shout out to my youngest son, Tim. He's a huge Detroit Lions fan. I have a question. Just what? I'm not saying Geno's a bad fit for Seattle. Do your thing, Geno. Do your thing. But I wonder what would have happened if Geno would have went to that party. Then he wouldn't have got sucker punched by his teammate when he was with the Jets. Where would Geno be if he'd have just went to that damn party? Instead, he got slapped, sucker punched over $600. And you're an NFL quarterback. So many questions. But last night, Detroit showed me a whole lot of things. That offense is explosive. Jared Goff pitched a perfect game last night. Would have been 2 for Detroit, but Jim Joyce screwed that up. But Jared Goff went 18 for 18 as an NFL quarterback at this day, time, and age. And these are just not dink and dunks. He was stretching the field last night. St. Brown. They didn't call it the Philly special. They call it the execution on that play to Jared Goff. Jared Goff looks comfortable again. He looked like he's having fun playing football again. He kind of lost it a little bit, the situation that happened when you swap quarterbacks. That happens. But I think now that city and that team, they have figured out a way. And that I've never seen that offense look that explosive since the days of Rodney Peete quarterbacking and Barry Sanders as the running back and Herman Moore stretching the field. Talk to me. Those were the days. But Detroit looked good last night. The only thing I would really have my concerns on with Detroit is the defense. They're giving up the big plays too much. They're giving up the big plays. You can't have the momentum going in your favor, and they come right out. You got the whole stadium on your side. They're chanting, Lions, Lions. The sideline going nuts. Here go the defense, give a big play. You got the secondary and the linebackers got to bring that heat. So hopefully the Lions get a chance to work on that this week prior to their next game. Seattle got a squad. They got a squad. I mean, they got some dogs on that receiver, some dogs, and they just got to get them the ball. And if Geno can get them the ball, but they had little problems with the offensive line, little problem with their defense, but they can figure some things out collectively. I like where Seattle was headed to. There's nothing wrong with Geno. Nothing wrong with Geno. Detroit just wanted a little bit more last night. But that was a hell of a game last night, both of them. But Vegas got involved in that Miami game. They got involved. Over-under was at 37.5. I watched 2 football shows this morning. Nobody can explain, neither could the white cap referee last night, on the drop kick after the safety onside kick. The players didn't know what to do. The officials didn't know what to do. His verbiage, he sounded like a kid that got caught in the house. You told that kid not to play with the toys. He got the toys out in the living room playing, and you walk through the door and say, "What I tell you?" And the kid just, that's what the ref did last night. They could not explain in football terms why they threw a penalty. But here's the thing to me. How did Miami get that ball on the 10? How? I have so many questions. I'm waiting on somebody, some football aficionado out there. Explain to me what happened rule-wise, because that referee Whitecap was not clear in his verbiage, hand gestures of believability. What happened? What happened, Vegas? Vegas, that's every week this football season, there have been plays made to either go below the point spread or go over the point spread in some weird, crazy plays. I refuse to believe what people around me are saying. Vegas always got their hand in something. This shit is rigged. And then we look at the plays. We look at the play that's in question. And then you get the head down like, you know, right? That don't make sense. Why did he? But we have problems. We have issues. Football. Don't waste a good team due to your ego. You know how many teams need to hear that? Collegiately and NFL. There's a lot of teams need to hear that. Their ego. In the words of Gene Hackman, heart. I just don't understand how you just have an idea of this winning team. And if one player goes down, you don't want to go along with the deal now. I don't want to finish out the season. I don't want to play no more. That's what it looked like Miami doing. They did not prepare for the backup. They had no backup plan. None. No backup plan. You got to have a backup plan. They tell you that throughout your whole life. When you can figure out reading and writing and how the educational system works as you're going through the educational system, by the time you get in 7th to 9th grade, you hear it somewhere from your teachers, your counselors, your peers, your parents, your grandparents, the people that care about your education. They're going to preach to you in a conversation of what you want to do one day, and you tell them, and they say, so what's your backup plan? Well, I don't think any of these football coaches had parents or friends that cared about them, because that obviously doesn't look like that question was ever posed to them. It's a sad thing. It's a sad state of events and affairs when you see things like that. To me, it is just a bad thing. I'm still have questions about what if Geno didn't get hit in the jaw over a lousy ass $600 when you're an NFL quarterback. Now, if you are not an NFL athlete, you just day-to-day motherfucker, yeah, you're going to get knocked out. They don't want that money. It was a wild day yesterday, from hearing news into watching sporting events. And I love, more than anything, afternoon baseball. And boy, yesterday, the Major League Baseball gods did not disappoint at all. The Mets and Braves showed out in that game. That game had everything. You had baseball fans at the game. It wasn't filled to capacity, but it was a nice crowd for a Monday to see a doubleheader between the Braves and Mets. And the momentum was with the Braves. I'm like, look at these Braves. Acuna Dome, he's out. If he'd have been there, oh my God, that dude's exciting to watch. If he'd have been healthy this whole season, can you imagine Judge, Otani, and Okuna, all of them hitting over 50 home runs. Injuries, there's something else. But that game had everything. It was, I couldn't believe what I saw. And I've seen Lindor several times in interviews promoting not just the game, but his love of the game, his love of his family and his siblings, his clothing line that he created, the reason behind that line that he created, all of that. I'm in the buy-in process of certain players around the league. Not all teams, but certain players. I'm digging what they're doing. I dig people that come in with that swag and also can ball out. I don't like players that have swag but can't ball out. You hitting 212. Barely can hit 10 home runs. Can't hit a curveball. I like them players that got that swag and they know it defensively, offensively, and they have a great baseball mindset and they have respect for the game. Lindor has swag on and off the field. And when that joke hit that home run to take the lead, the kid in you comes out. When you see baseball players having fun, the kid in you comes out. You're jumping up and down with them. You want some Cracker Jacks. You want some popcorn. You want a hot dog and a soda. That's how that game had me feeling yesterday. And these baseball commercials about the playoffs, have you heard? Leather's back in style. This baseball playoff is going to be that thing right here. Wish the Cardinals was in it. Speaking of the Cardinals, that press conference yesterday. You ever have a conversation with your partner? Not an argument, a conversation. But this is the conversation you having after the argument. And you letting your partner talk. And your partner's been talking for probably 20 minutes. And you guys are done talking, you know. They just want to get their point across. And now you're alone by yourself in the car, you're at work, and you're reflecting on what your partner just said. And you're saying to yourself, what the hell did they just say? What does that mean? What hold on, let me get this straight. He's done next year. You showed us this the guy that's taking his place. He gonna be around. He can't do nothing. But this other guy, we're gonna let him stand because it's his contract. Okay. Rich people don't know how to talk to us. They don't. Wealthy and rich people have their own universal code and language, I do believe. So I think when they talk to us, they overdo it. They try to dumb it down for us, and they're laughing in the back of their brain, but we can see it in the front. As they're talking, they're saying they have no idea what we're talking about, so we're going to throw these words back and forth. And at the same time, we're saying, we know these some bitches know what they're doing. They talking mumbo jumbo for a reason. They doing these things on purpose. Most say, hey, they're going to screw the fans next year. How can a baseball team screw the fans? Talk to Chicago White Sox. Talk to the Oakland A's. They screwed the pooch. I don't see it going that far and that drastic. But they throw the curveball at us with giveaways and concerts to make us forget about how bad the baseball team is. They think they slick. They think they slick by announcing these concert dates. Coming up Busch Stadium. Oh, my God. I don't care. I will not go to another concert at Busch Stadium. You guys can keep going. Until I see a quality baseball team on that field. Until I see a quality baseball team on that field, I will not support any more concerts at Busch Stadium. Nope, I'm out. I'm supporting the baseball team. Have a press conference about that. No more press conference about who coming to Busch Stadium for a concert. I don't give a damn. And please let it be somebody come under the age of 50 years old next time. Maybe we'll show up for that. Having entertainers over the age of 60, not impressive anymore. Not impressive. I want to impress me, damn it. I want a quality team on that field. I want to compete. I want to have that type of a crowd and atmosphere on the last day of baseball season like that. I want to be a part of that. I want to look forward to the bracket and be talking to guys and women about our chances, our best three in this rotation, in this matchup, in this playoff game. But we can't have that. Now we got to have hypothetical situations. I'm not rooting for Kansas City Royals. I don't live in Kansas City. No, I live right here in St. Louis. I didn't root for the White Sox. They was in it. I would never root for the Cubs or White Sox. And get out of here with that Kansas City shit. Never. I'm a Cardinal fan. I worry about this fan base more than anything. We're going to take a short break here on this Turn It Up Tuesday edition of Certa Pro Painters presents Montez at midday and come back with a little bit more of satisfaction guaranteed and give respects what respects is due in the sports world. Be right back with more Montez at midday. Smoke 'em if you got 'em.
Mountain Man as smooth as a river flows. MountainManScrub.com. Get your scrub on.
Stay hydrated, kids. Stay hydrated for sure. It is Tuesday. If it's your birthday today, happy birthday to you. If you're getting dressed up to go to the track today, make that money. Make that money. FanDuel Horse Track over in Collinsville. Doubleheader Monday Night Football did not disappoint. You might have not liked the matchups due to the quarterbacking situation, but overall, I enjoyed the games. Can't believe Mason Rudolph made a cameo appearance. I've always wondered what would have happened if Geno would have just went to that party and never got hit in the face. Where would Geno be today? Oh, Jared Goff went 18 of 18. Pitched a perfect game for the Detroit Football Lions. That fan base is exciting. I like them uniforms. Ditto on the helmets. Ditto on the helmets for sure. Here's what I think I can figure out before we get into showing our respects on number 55 and number 14. I think I can fix this. Kansas City need a receiver. Miami needs a quarterback. Tennessee needs a quarterback. Pittsburgh could help out a whole lot of people. Let's just say Russ goes to Miami. Stay with me. Waddle goes to Kansas City. Okay. Kansas City backup quarterback, stay with me, goes to Tennessee. Everybody's happy. Right there. I don't want to see another team with high expectations. I mean, they got receivers, they got offensive line, they got a defense, they got a running back, they got coordinators in the right place. Everybody's ready to go all in on a team for the season. And we lose a quarterback. And now nobody wants to play football no more. That's what's going on in Miami. Rewatch that game today. Don't watch the game. Just keep your eye on the on the Dolphins sideline the entire game. Do not watch the game. Watch the Dolphins sideline the whole game. And you tell me they want to play football. Tell me they want to play football. Let's turn it up Tuesday, kids. Let's turn it up. Basketball season starts in 3 weeks. Tip-off, October 22nd, which happens to be my birthday. And yesterday we got the news that former NBA great, number 55, Dikembe Mutombo, passed away. The first time I heard of Dikembe Mutombo, he was at Georgetown, what we used to call Center University. John Thompson, my man, rest in peace. He had a way of getting these big men. In the way he preached basketball, you're not talking to the media as a freshman, And it's not your college experience is not just about your athletic ability. I'm teaching you how to go beyond sports. Be a man. Show you the man you can be. Show you there's more to life than just basketball. Show you how to give back to your community, how to recognize the values in yourself. That's what Coach John Thompson was preaching at Georgetown. Some of his players got it, some did not. But he was one of the Georgetown men. He really was. Had a local great here in St. Louis that happened to attend Georgetown, former NBA player and great Jahidi White. But this dude, Dikembe Mutombo, was something else. From the way he waved that finger, the way he spoke, his mission and purpose after football, his projects, his foundation. Dikembe Mutombo was a true ambassador of the game of the NBA. He was a global known person, not just for on the court, but his off the court activities, adventures, and his foundation. Number 55, Dikembe Mutombo. Rest in peace, my man. And yesterday, we also learned we lost Pete Rose, a.k.a. Charlie Hustle. As a baseball fan, Pete Rose was different. He was different. The way he spoke to the media, the way he spoke about the game of baseball, the way he showed you and displayed how competitive he is. The incident in the All-Star game. We slid in head first at home plate and ended Ray Fosse's career. His thoughts on hitting. A few years ago on MLB Network, or maybe it was Fox, it was during the playoffs. It was Pete Rose. It was A-Rod. It was Derek Jeter and Harold Reynolds, HR. And Pete Rose was telling them how easy it is to hit a ball and what he knew about hitting. It was the most fascinating segments in television history to me. And then the things we know about Pete Rose. Most hits in Major League Baseball history. The All-Star games, the World Series, the MVP. But the thing that got me was the All-Star game. He went to 17 All-Star games, 5 different positions. He went to 17 All-Star games, 5 different positions. A. Bartlett Giamatti, former Major League Baseball commissioner, Paul Giamatti's dad, banned Pete Rose for life in 1989. For now, baseball has a problem with gambling. Since the beginning of time, gambling, they don't like it. Alcoholism, sexual misconduct, they're fine with it. Drug use, they're fine with it. But you gamble, oh, that's a naughty, naughty shit to do. Don't do it. You ruin the eyes of baseball. What about the racism? Oh, don't worry about it. But you gamble in baseball, you're done. You're done. You're done. Ban him for a lifetime. Nosy-ass reporter trying to make a story. Digs in the trash can and finds Pete Rose scorecard with his gambling notes on there. And that's what all started. Pete Rose finally came out and said he gambled on baseball. Okay. But they banned this man from the Hall of Fame for a lifetime. So now I really hope Rob Manfred really thinks about this. I don't want him in the Hall of Fame now. No. You didn't want him when he was here. Don't do it now. Baseball. It's a beautiful game. with a horrible history and past. Horrible history and past. Just like the NFL. It's a beautiful game, but the past and the history of it is just awful. Awful. You need a strong stomach to read the stuff and to understand what went on in the game back in the day to get it to where it's at right now. They really have to go through all that to get to the game to where it's at right now. Well, we're set in stone for Major League Baseball playoffs to begin today. We got a triple header today. But I said this back in April, right before the show ended, right before the vacation, that I was going with the Cleveland Guardians and the Padres, or the Baltimore Orioles and the St. Louis Cardinals. Those were my two picks for the World Series. Said that back in April. So I'm going to roll with what I got in there right now. Give me the Cleveland Guardians and the San Diego Padres in the World Series. Oh, Mike Shildt, Coach of the Year again. Okay. Padres going to win the World Series. I know everybody want the Yankees and the Dodgers. Nah, that's too much. You know what you need Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani to do? For them two teams to make it to the World Series? They got to punish the pitching early. And they pitching and defense got to be dominant. They got to put teams away early. But for some reason, the Yankees get nervous sometimes. And then that cheating ass team made it in again. That team from Texas. They're in it again. And anytime a team that has won the World Series and won by cheating gets in the playoffs again, damn right I'm worried. But there you are, and there we have it. Those are my thoughts on 55 and number 14. Rest in peace to you both. All right, folks. You can agree or disagree with this top 5 in football right now, where we're at. Because now moving forward, it's time to get down to the nitty-gritty. So that's what I'm saying. Decisions need to be made on these teams that are at that point. Kansas City need receiver help. Miami need to figure out a quarterback that's going on. Pittsburgh, what y'all going to do with Russ, man? Come on. You can't just have that man sitting there. You're not paying him. Denver's paying him. Go let Russ cook somewhere else. Sierra likes Florida. Go look at some of her old videos. Sierra likes Florida. That's all I'm saying. I got the Vikings, the Chiefs, the Ravens, Washington Commanders, and the Lions. Those are my top 5. The Vikings, Chiefs, Ravens, Washington Commanders, and the Lions. Those are my top 5 right there. Those are my top 5. The way the Lions are playing football right now. Whoa, boy. Whoa. Hey. We're at the point of college football right now. No more excuses moving forward. It's time to move on now. They already fired a coach. Keep playing. Coach. They already fired a coach at Purdue. You got one more week to clean this up. Nobody's wasting time no more. Let's go. Let's get this thing going. And every week they're giving us what? That action. They're giving us that action for sure. And I keep talking about this. Let me expand beyond this. Let me expand beyond this. If you get a quarterback, or if you have a quarterback that's not your starter, what is the backup doing in practice? What is the backup duty in practice? Does he get any reps with the first team? Is there an emergency package plan? I mean, what is? Why are people afraid of veteran quarterbacks? What I mean by that, quarterbacks that can understand an emergency package right away. They don't have to know you're in complete playbook that you already have set up for your starting quarterback, but you can put a plan together and a game plan together with a veteran quarterback, other than going and get a quarterback that's only been in the league less than 4 years, that really has no start time, no clock time, as the kids put it. Why is everyone afraid of the veteran quarterback right now? Joe Flacco, where you at? Comeback player of the year, all president accounted for, sir. Just trying to do the minimal things with my skill set and with the weapons that's on this team. That's how simple is that? That's an easy thing. You ever work for a company, but they have several stores? You got to go to another store in another state. Same company. You just got to go to another state and work for a week. All you need to know is where the bathroom at, and let me see the schematics. And you can do the job. How hard is that? How hard is that? I want to see and know what the hell the backup quarterbacks are doing in practice during the week. What's going on? What is, as simple as it may sound, as easy as it may sound, the understudy must be just as good as you. Talk to the people on Broadway at the Muni. They don't want to go down because that understudy is just as good as they are. But in football, we have this mindset, well, we can't put the backup in. He hasn't been doing any damn thing. Why is that? Why I can't get my practice in too, coach? Why am I holding the clipboard? Why I'm over here holding the Zoom camera? Why I'm not involved in the game? Learning these plays, learning some backup plays. Put a package together for me as well in case something goes down. You'd rather bring in a quarterback for another team who has no street credit in the NFL to put together a drive, to put together in proof that he can read a defense. Come on now. Come on, all this technology they ain't giving football players and coaching staffs and NFL teams. We know what y'all have. We know what y'all use to get better at the game during the week. But you can't utilize this with certain players? Why? Why? Just in case, coach, give me a package. Just coach, I'm holler at you for a second. Offensive coordinator, quarterback coach. Let me talk to y'all for a second. What if he go down today? What are we gonna do? I don't know those plays he has. You can't give me like 12 to 15 plays just in case. Just in case. There should be no way. In college, I can understand it. But in the NFL, you can't run 6 straight RPOs as the backup quarterbacks. What the heck? The money that we spend as fans, from apparel to tickets, anything involving our team, anything involving the NFL, make it make sense to us when decisions like that are being made. When the body language is like that, is that bad. Denver did the same thing last year. I wanted Sean Payton, not on a plane, but a damn jet. Time to go. I like the button commercial in Buffalo Wild Wings a couple years ago. We need to bring the button back. Hit the button. We should be able to hit the button on certain situations with our teams that we root and cheer for. Hit the button. But it's sad when you see a talented team do dumb shit. Dumb. I just don't understand how an owner can allow someone to sell my company the way that they're selling, as in Mike McDaniels. He's selling my company to Dolphins. He works for me. That's what you're doing to my company right there? Those plays? Those plays. The Dallas Cowboys were at 3rd and 19 and put CeeDee Lamb in the backfield. And they say we make dumb decisions. Sometimes I wonder what's going on in these coaches' home lives. What are their wives and kids and neighbors and brothers and sisters and mom and dad saying to them, son, you're not doing a good job. Do they talk to them about football? Are they allowed to talk to them about football? Or do they even live with their family during the season? I have so many questions about coaches. We already know the players are weird as fuck. But the coaches, do y'all have dinner together? Do y'all talk during the week about the game plan? Just the coaches. I need to see that there's some type of, what I call it, camaraderie going on. I think it's being missed, not from near, but far as well. It's being missed. There's no way I'm believing what I'm seeing from these NFL teams. Yeah, I'm not hitting the panic button. I'm hitting the question button. From the state of play and the state of coaching, yes, Johnny, I have questions. What's going on? Simple as that. Well, as simple as that, it's that time of year, kids. It's baseball playoff time. Yeah, baby, yeah. And we start off with afternoon baseball today. Yeah, it should be beautiful. Outstanding pitching. And as the commercial said, have you heard? Leather's back in style. Yes. Imagine stealing something in front of 40,000 people and nobody can do a thing. Oh, so you just thought this was a part. You thought this was just a baseball game. Oh, no. Wait, they about to show us right here what entertainment is all about. Let's get it in, folks. Let's turn it up Tuesday. If you're going to the track, gamble responsibly. Don't forget to put that money on the Cleveland Guardians and the San Diego Padres. Yeah, baby. Yeah. I'm feeling it. Cleveland not that far now. Road trip. Cleveland not that far now. Road trip. Cleveland not that far now. Road trip. All right, folks, I'm going to let you get outside. Enjoy this weather. If you have natural hair, get out there and get you some vitamin D. Go out there and get you some natural hair vitamin D. It's October 1st. It's Libra season. NBA tip-off in 3 weeks. Montez birthday in 3 weeks. Do you see where I'm headed with this? Enjoy the rest of your day, folks, and thanks for tuning in to another exciting episode of Certa Pro Painters. Oklahoma City presents Montez at midday, and we will see you tomorrow. Same time, same bat channel. As they say in the hood, I'll let you play.